Demos have made a huge comeback in recent years thanks to indie developers and the added visibility from Steam's Next Fest. LELU is the most recent one I've played, a black and white Metroidvania about a wind-up toy that's full of secrets and other little tidbits that really make it stand out. First though, I want to talk a little bit about demos in general and why I love them so much. Personally, I've been convinced to buy a ton of games I might not even have known about otherwise, just because their demos were that good. The first demo that I remember playing, and one that really stands out to me, is Yoku's Island Express, one of my favorite games of all time. I played its demo back when I first got a Switch and was so hooked on it that I immediately needed to go buy and download the full game to pick right back up where I left off. Playing a demo is a completely risk-free way to try something new out, a game in a genre you don't typically play, or something that might be a little pricey and you want to be 100% sure you're going to like it before buying. Honestly, just about half of the videos I've made recently on my own channel are focused on demos or other free, small games, so clearly I can't get enough. And from the developer side, although I know making a demo build takes a lot of extra time and energy, it can totally pay off by giving you valuable feedback about gameplay and difficulty and build up hype with your fans before launch. Now that Next Fest has become so saturated and competitive, I would recommend maybe launching your demo outside of the event, depending on your situation, so it doesn't drown in a sea of other amazing games. As someone who wants to play them all, I do get a little overwhelmed every time Next Fest rolls around, so it's just something to think about. Anyway, back to LELU, an upcoming monochromatic adventure by Jamie Rowan. The game has a very interesting start. You can't move at all, so you take a quick conveyor belt ride over to the first big upgrade. Move right. Wow, this is huge. Some more belts along the way eventually help you gather up the other 3 directions in what I think is a very memorable opening sequence. And each upgrade you get afterwards feels just as huge as learning how to walk. There's a wrench you can use to whack enemies and projectiles, and unscrew huge bolts blocking your way. There are also dash boots that let you dash through and over obstacles, avoiding any damage. LELU is set in a giant factory that produces these little mechanical toys called LELU and is ruled over by this evil creator who wants to trap them all for eternity. It seems like we're the only one who can move around freely. Some of the other toys have sadly succumbed to mechanical failure, and others are very friendly and conveniently placed merchants. LELU is completely charming in its presentation, with currency that matches the clockwork theme, cute little outfits to equip, satisfying sound effects. We also have physical save point buttons that you can stand on, these funny little side-scrolling swimming sections where you put on your finest scuba gear, and it even does that thing where it locks you into a room with a bunch of enemies in a very dramatic way. I guess we should talk about the enemies, which also fit the theme of rogue mechanical toys. Frog hoppers jump towards you, but they're pretty slow and easy to take out. It took me a second to figure out the deal with these whack-a-moles. They don't take damage up close, so you gotta lure them to throw a rock at you from far away and hit them with a perfectly timed line drive to the face. Then there are the cymbal-banging monkeys, which I just learned are also called jolly chimps. Sorry in advance for this picture. These guys send out a shockwave whenever they smash their cymbals together that needs to be dashed over. After you master the art of fighting these 3 types, they're all cleverly combined into the demo's boss fight against King Gotcha. Not a very difficult fight, but still one that gave my impatient self a run for my money with only 3 HP. Turns out, these toys have been made to fight against their will by the creator, whose motives remain unknown by the end of the demo. Maybe just evil for the sake of being evil, or perhaps there's something darker going on. Of course, like any good Metroidvania, the whole journey is also filled with spike pits and lasers and secret rooms. Oh yeah. Lots of seemingly impossible to get to rooms taunt you as you work your way through the factory, which I am all here for. Like Clocky here has a bunch of missing cuckoo clocks hidden throughout the first floor, of which I only managed to find one without going searching for them. I'm so excited for LELU's release, no date yet, because it has such a strong and consistent identity. It's crazy how just a couple minutes with a game and its demo can turn it from a project I was keeping an eye on to an immediate day one purchase, whenever day one is. Who says you need to have color to have fun?